Hey guys, Jim Stroud here. Have you heard about this new dance craze that seems to be sweeping the nation? It's called the Great Reshuffle. It goes like this. It starts here on one job, then you do a sidestep into another job while looking over your shoulder for yet another job. Generation Z loves this dance. I'll tell you why in just a second. Do you know what a Generation Zer is? That's anyone born after 1997. They are the most diverse, multicultural generation ever, extremely media savvy and very socially conscious. They really want to make a positive difference in the world. And if you are of a certain age, you'll appreciate this. The oldest Generation Zer today was just a tween when the iPhone debuted in 2007. Generation Zers were 20% of the workforce in 2020, but by 2025, they will be 27% of the workforce, which will prove an interesting challenge for companies trying to recruit them. Why? Younger people are leading the way with 56% of those 38 and under quitting their job in 2021. Conversely, older folks are much more cautious, with only 37% of workers aged 55 and over having quit this year. That's from the career site Zeddy. Business Insider had this to say: Generation Z's job transitions have increased by 80%. That's 80%. And a study by Personal Capital and the Harris Poll found that 2/3 of Americans surveyed were keen to switch jobs. The majority of Generation Zers felt that way, 91%, as did more than a quarter of Millennials. So, so why all the reshuffling? Well, baby boomers are retiring. Generation Xers are committed to that midlife stage and all that comes with being in midlife. The Generation Zers, well, they're young and not tied down as much as the Generation Xers, and certainly not as much as the baby boomers. So they have the flexibility to bounce around. Thus, this is a very unique time in history. Check out this quote from Work 2.0. Right now, all companies, all CEOs are rethinking the way their company works. They're rethinking their culture. They're rethinking their values and about what it means to work at their company. And on the other hand, you have employees globally who are rethinking not just how they work, but why they work and what they most want to do with their careers and lives. And while this reshuffle of talent will most likely play out for another year or two, I believe it will ultimately settle back down in a place that's going to lead to greater effectiveness for businesses, greater fulfillment for employees. Well, that was an interesting quote, and I certainly hope it works out that way in the future. But as of today, you have jobs to fill. And as such, there should be one question in your mind, especially since Generation Z is about to make up 27% of the workforce. And that one question that should be on your mind is this: what does Generation Z want? Well, overall, Generation Z wants things like this: a flexible work schedule, better salaries, robust employee benefits, and more meaningful work. As a diverse generation, Generation Z cares about inclusion in the workplace. They want to work in positive work environments where employees get the respect and fair treatment they deserve. And they prefer to work in an office and a team. And that's understandable because young adults build their connections in the workplace, which could be challenging in remote work. Okay, now that we have some idea of what Generation Zers want, the question now is, how do we find them so we can recruit them? Well, there are several methods to getting this done. And I think I'll share the first three that pop up in my head. I got it. Instagram. About 71% of 18 to 29-year-olds use Instagram. When recruiting on this platform, I suggest producing content that entices two-way interactions and discussions that in turn create interest in your organization. And of course, share your job ads on this platform. Here's a pro tip. Keep your Instagram profile updated, fresh, and informative, as that shows your company is socially savvy, which may encourage Generation Zers to reach out to you. TikTok. 48% of Generation Z use this app. Consider creating a company profile and sharing educational videos and how-tos relevant to your industry. Get closer to Generation Z, showcasing your employer brand as innovative and hip. YouTube. A whopping 89% of Generation Z uses YouTube. When recruiting on YouTube, think about offering educational videos, employee interviews, and office video tours. YouTube gives you endless options for content creation that can help you enhance your employer branding and present yourself as an attractive workplace. Attracting and recruiting Generation Z is one thing. Retaining Generation Z is quite another. So the question now is, how do you keep Generation Z on the payroll? Well, that is a very good question. And I think we have some very good answers for you. To find out what those are, contact us. We would love to have a conversation with you.